Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Honorable judges, members of the committee, all my beloved viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me an excellent opportunity to stand here as a participant of this valuable competition. And with God's blessing, I'd like to talk about an interesting topic that will be described in more detail entitled The Breakthrough Solutions, the Role of Millennials in the Era of Revolution 4.0 Towards Bright Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, give me 1,000 parents, surely I will uproot Mount Semeru from the roots. Give me 10 youths, and I will undoubtedly shake this world. Who remembers this quote in Sukarno's speech? Yes, I remember. Sukarno once said that the future of the Indonesian nation is very determined by the younger generation. Youth actually have a very strategic role in accelerating development, including in the life of nation and state. According to www.compassionate.com on December 19, 2018 said that the pros and cons of a country is seen from the quality of the youth, because young generation is the successor and heir of the nation and state. Ladies and gentlemen, national progress is often related to how the role of youth is in it. Likewise, in Indonesia, the younger generation is considered to be a milestone in the progress and development of our nation. According to Deloitte research in the Deloitte Millennial Survey on 2017, there were 73% of millennial respondents from Indonesia have positive opinions and are ready to coexist with Gen Z from the developed country. This research certainly be a good news for the Indonesian governments. However, without us realizing it, most young people nowadays have ignored this. The love and care to our homeland has started to dwindling. The rapid era of globalization that enters Indonesia and the beginning of the 4.0 Industrial Revolution are among the causes of the lack of concern for young people nowadays. A lot of foreign cultures, especially Western culture, which we see on the internet and are not suitable with the Indonesian values as an Eastern country, have now entered and grown in Indonesia. For instance, fashion, bad lifestyle such as getting drunk, free sex, LGBT, etc. that do not fit the Indonesian culture. Indonesia has started to lose its identity as an Eastern nation that has noble cultural values. Internally, the Indonesian teenagers of this era are in a very alarming situation. Time has changed everything. Social, association, politics, economics, and even religion has become increasingly unimportant. The loss of concern of Indonesian youths in its own country is caused by ignorance of its own people who were allowed by modern life and begin to forget the values inherited from the ancestors. For instance, the interest to studying Indonesian culture is completely lacking. Another example is the lack of information of natural wealth in Indonesia. Whereas Indonesia has 7 cultural heritages, 3 of which are world cultural heritages. We do have to keep up with the progress of time in order not to be left behind by development, yet we have to preserve our own culture in order that future generations can still continuously to advance our nation. This can be done by, among others, the following. Firstly, increase our literacy. Besides books, we can use the convenience of technology, for young people to get used to reading or looking for information. Secondly, contribute to advancing Indonesia by becoming young volunteer. So many local heroes nowadays. Communities or organizations provide solutions in Indonesia. Start from majoring in education, humanity, and environment. For example, by teaching poor people or being a companion for child with special needs. Thirdly, loving our own culture and its noble values since childhood. And fourthly, being wise and firm in selecting and maintaining the positive impacts of globalization and rejecting the negative ones. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, so we as young generation, let us love and preserve our own culture as a proof of our love to our homeland for a developed and bright Indonesia. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om, Santi, Santi, Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya.